Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your daily tarot reading for Monday, the 13th of January, 2020. Oh my God, third time's the try here. I just said 2019 like 3 times in a row. Trying to start this video. It is 2020 though. We're in the new decade, and welcome back, guys. I haven't seen you in a while in the dailies, and I've really missed them. I really enjoy being able to connect and read with you guys on a daily basis. It's always fun. So we just went through a lot astrologically over the past few days. The 10th, we had Uranus go direct in Taurus. We had the lunar eclipse in Cancer, the lunar eclipse full moon in Cancer. And then we also, on the 12th, just yesterday, had that Saturn-Pluto conjunction. And that was really big. We'll talk a little bit about that. But let's talk about where we're at today. So we're in a third quarter moon. The moon is going from Leo into Virgo, and Venus is entering Pisces today. And the color of the day is white. So let's get into this here. I know you guys have missed the reading, so I don't want to bombard you with too much astrology because so much just happened. And why don't we let the tarot kind of talk us through it? And again, I'm using the Witch's Date book by Llewellyn's here. I really, really love this. I'm not getting paid or anything by them. I just really like it. It has actually some little daily chakra healing. It has all sorts of fun stuff in it, but it has a daily chakra healing, and it says Monday is for the root. So today's focus is safety and its shadow side, stagnation. It helps us cultivate the foundation necessary to survive and thrive. And without this stable base, it's challenging to manifest what we need. We might feel as if we're taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back, never able to gain a solid footing. On the flip side, we can become so attached to stability and supports that they become constraints, preventing us from evolving and remaining flexible. Today, get curious about where you feel safe or unsafe, physically, emotionally, spiritually, or intellectually, and where you feel stuck. If you imagine breaking free from stagnation, what might that look like, and what thoughts and feelings arise? And the color for this is red, the location, the base of the spine for the root chakra, crystals, garnet, hematite, red calcite, and jasper. Okay, and then it has some food, red potatoes, beans, lentils, radishes, beets, basically red things, hibiscus teas, and dandelion root tea. So just a little fun tidbit I thought to start us back into this new year. Let's get into this though now with the tarot. I know you guys are probably getting impatient for that now. We're going to use the ethereal visions. I was really called to use it today. I just feel like, I don't know, with all the crazy huge scale things going on, it's just been a lot of energy. Feels very confusing, honestly, in terms of energy. I feel very up and down in terms of my energy this weekend, or the past weekend here. So let me know in the comments how it hit you guys. It was pretty crazy for me from Friday onwards. So let's see. Let's pull something here for Monday the 13th and what will be happening today. Oh, okay. No, too many cards. Interesting. Okay. We're going to go with this, and then we're going to go forward. All right, so interesting. Let me just look at this here. It feels to me there's a lot to be considered now that we've seen, or whatever has been going on. I feel like whatever was shown to us, because again, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, along with this eclipse, I mean, those will just throw things that are not working right out in the open. It can be kind of a harsh light, kind of a slap in the face. I feel like this weekend was a wrecking ball to a lot of things that needed to be toppled, or needed to see, for us to need to see here so that we can topple them ourselves, honestly. So I do it's kind of a conflicting feeling. The overall sense, the overall energy of the day here is the sun. And that's not bad. And also, I mean, the sun for me is kind of like when you turn on the light and nothing's in the shadow anymore. Nothing is hidden. You can now see everything for what it really is. And honestly, that's a refreshing place to be. When clarity comes in, sometimes it comes in uncomfortably, and it can make us really feel the weight of what we've been carrying, the weight of what we've been really dealing with, the weight of the truth, honestly. Because the 10 wands are here. And he looks a little exhausted. That looks like a heavy pack. It's not easy to be carrying everybody else's burden, but he could be carrying those to help others, for people in his life, to do this, to do that. And today, we're seeing this in a different light on how maybe some of us have chosen illusion and fantasy, what we really, what we want out of a situation, instead of, reality. And it has kind of led us astray, because the 3 of Rods here, when it's reversed, I don't actually dislike it. It feels that there's been an end to some type of trials here. There's been an end to, or at least a stopping. It kind of feels like a halt all of a sudden. I'm not saying that you're dropping all the wands at once here, but you do want to consider a different path forward, because what we've been, presented with here is, okay, this isn't really working. I mean, you might be enjoying it, you might be doing this, might be doing that, but does it really, what does it really offer? Let me get some clarifiers here to kind of work our way through this one. I mean, I knew it was going to be an esoteric read, because, well, mostly they are, but especially with the energy lately, and because I haven't done a daily in a while, I was like, this one's going to hit pretty hard, isn't it? Let's use the Egyptian Tarot, because we're going deep today. Put these in order for myself. Yeah. I think in a sense, a lot of you are seeing a burden and a stagnation, and you're realizing it's due to your efforts to either appease everybody or to stay in a situation that really, I don't know, it's like you've been staying in it for so long, you became blinded to all the problems with it, all of the little things that kept going wrong, and it kind of builds up to this point. I mean, it's not the 10 of Swords, but it is the 10 of Wands, and that's really the weight of it. It's a lot of little things, a lot of little responsibilities that you shouldn't be taking care of, a lot of little problems, issues, mishaps, hiccups, compromises that don't really end up being good for you, that you've made with this person, this situation, this job, whatever this is. The 4 of Pentacles and the Balance and the Sword. The Balance and the Sword here is actually the card of Cancer. And again, it talks about those moral debts, like justice. It's interesting because, again, the cards aren't the same in my Egyptian tarot deck, and that's kind of why I wanted to use it, because things are kind of topsy-turvy. And we just had that eclipse in Cancer, so it kind of makes me feel like this is somewhere in between Cancer and Libra. It's, Cancerian justice. What really nurtures you? Morally, how do you feel about the situation that you're in and what you've put up with up to this point? Is what you're dealing with morally right or wrong, and why are you sticking with it if it's not? Why are you going to sit on a foundation that doesn't really feel... It feels like a ruptured foundation, and you might be ignoring the giant crack, but here we are kind of sinking here, because you are carrying too much weight. The boat's taken on too much water. And the Page of Cups, 3 of Wands reversed, somebody that once appeared like they were giving you a lot of really beautiful emotion and energy, and exactly what you needed, or maybe even in a romantic sense, but also it could just be in this rejuvenated sense. Oh wow, I'm going to love this job, or I'm going to love this offer, I'm going to love this situation more. But the Magus is reversed. And whenever I get him reversed, there's mysterious happenings, but there's also a sneaky energy there. It's like, the snake oil salesman, or, a magician in general. They're showing something, but what are they really doing? How did we really get to this trick? What is really the background of it? What's really going on behind the curtain? And the Seven of Cups, now I see the story. The Seven of Cups, Ace of Pentacles is what comes up next. The Knight of Swords there at the end. If you seek out the answers, if you really look at what's going on here, you really consider the options, consider what's happening. Because the Seven of Cups here is that really, it's really the search for whatever it is you're trying to find, search for knowledge, attainment, emotional joys. I mean, there's usually a lot of options here, but the reality is a lot of them aren't good. And if you are willing to take off any type of illusory mask, or you're willing to look at all these cups and take out the illusory aspects of it and really focus on the material, you'll be able to find your answer. So it's today I just feel like you were able to divine some answers about a situation that has been mysterious, that has mysteriously gotten heavier and weightier and worse. And now you're kind of being shown, wow, I've given up a lot to sit here in this position. I've really suffered quite a bit. I've really taken on a lot of water, and I didn't realize it until just now. Ooh, Spirit is coming through today in some big ways. Wow. Okay. Your advice in this situation, Five of Wands and the Scepter, which is the Ace of Wands. We all know the Five of Wands can be like, some throwing around some words, petty fighting. People are going to be saying this, that, whatever at you, or whatever the situation is. They're not going to be happy that you're finding out a truth, that you're divining the real true answers here. And there could be some battles, some words said, some fighting just generally. But what you have to say is a hell of a lot stronger than what they have to say, because the Tamed Lion comes up here. And when the Tamed Lion comes up, there's a lot of courage and perseverance and success through your determination and your will here. Your will to bring, again, that sense of justice to this situation. It's karma. I mean, it is the great karmic return, isn't it? And figuring out, what you need to figure out. Wow. I'm really pleased with this reading. I'm really interested. I don't know. I haven't done one with you guys daily in a while, so I'm pretty happy here. But it just feels, now that we see something, we kind of buck up and say, wait a second. Let me look at this again. Something stinks in the state of Denmark, and now you're going to figure it out, because you're going to go looking through that fridge and figure out what's rotten. Okay, but this is from the Power deck, The Cards of Wisdom by Lynn V. Andrews. All right, let's check it out. Harmony lives in the lodge of balance and involves equilibrium between the physical and spiritual aspects of your life. For there to be harmony, there must be balance. Imagine yourself as the hub of a sacred wheel standing in the center. This wheel must function every day of your life. If you imagine that the south is your physical self, the west is your emotional self, the north your spiritual self, and the east your mental self, you see that you stand in the ancient wheel of truth. Consider whether you spend as much time in the physical south as you do in the spiritual north. Are they balanced? Are they in harmony? Reflect on whether you spend more time in your emotions west than you do in your mind east. Adjust your daily life by being aware of your actions and behavior patterns to incorporate equal effort in all the directions so that your wheel will function in perfect harmony. Ooh. So this is kind of, for those of you that this is more of a personal battle. When you look at something, you're like, why have I been feeling this way? And you look deeper and you're like, oh my God, I have been, deluding myself in some aspects. So some of you, it could be that kind of situation as well. I feel like that card just brought that right out, right? All right, let's pull. I don't know if I want to pull anything else. No, I think we're going to leave it there. That was a pretty big and intense read. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to book a private reading, all that information is right below this video in the description box. Check me out over on Instagram. And if you haven't, do make sure to like, share, and definitely subscribe, guys. Check out your monthlies and check out your 2020 to 2021 yearly reads, okay? Thank you so much for all of your support and have a wonderful and blessed day. Namaste.